Before civilization, before language, before history had a voice, there was only survival, a brutal world where hunger ruled every decision, where the ground burned under your feet, and where one mistake meant death. This is the story of a time when humans were not the rulers of Earth, but just another fragile species fighting to exist. In the scorching heart of the African savanna, two early humans step into a journey that will test the limits of endurance, instinct, and life itself. One will rise, one will fall, and nature will remain merciless. 17 million years ago, the Earth was far from the calm and structured world we know today. This was the Pleistocene epoch, a time ruled by a single, unforgiving law of nature: hunt or be hunted. The video opens across a vast, endless African savanna where the horizon stretches infinitely under a blazing sun that pours down like liquid fire from the sky. The ground below is cracked and dry, split open from relentless heat, while the air itself feels lifeless, carrying only spirals of dust instead of moisture. Scattered across this harsh landscape stand a few rugged acacia trees, silent witnesses to time itself, while an eerie stillness hangs in the atmosphere, as if the land is holding its breath. Across this massive expanse, two dust-covered figures move slowly forward. They are not modern humans. They are Homo erectus, early ancestors of humanity, their bodies hardened by survival. Their names are Goro and Suno. Their skin is sunburned and rough, their muscles lean but powerful, shaped by constant struggle. Wrapped around their bodies are crude pieces of animal hide, barely enough to protect them. They have no structured language, no spoken words as we know them, but their primitive minds are highly alert, constantly analyzing every sound, every movement, every scent carried by the wind. For 4 days, neither of them has eaten. Hunger has twisted their bodies from the inside, shrinking their strength, slowing their movements. Their steps are heavy, but their eyes remain sharp, scanning the horizon like predators. In their hands, they grip primitive stone tools, hand axes, roughly shaped but deadly, their only means of survival in this unforgiving land. Goro and Suno understand something deeply, even without words. Staying together limits their chances of finding food. They must cover more ground. Suno gestures toward the rocky valley in the east, signaling his path. Goro nods silently and turns toward the tall grass plains in the west. This simple separation, made out of survival instinct, will become something far more permanent than either of them could ever understand. The camera shifts away from them and moves across another part of the savanna, where a young gazelle, separated from its herd, grazes quietly among the dry grass. Its large eyes move constantly, scanning for danger, its ears standing upright like antennas, tuned to every sound in the wind. It senses the world around it, but what it cannot sense is what makes the savanna truly deadly: silent predators. Hidden beneath a patch of dry brush, perfectly camouflaged against the earth, lies a massive venomous snake, a black mamba or cobra. Its cold, emotionless eyes remain fixed on the gazelle's legs, waiting with absolute patience. This creature carries one of the most lethal venoms in the ancient world, and it does not need to chase. It only needs to strike once. As the gazelle takes a step forward toward fresher grass, it unknowingly crosses into the snake's territory. In a fraction of a second, faster than sight itself, the snake launches forward. Its fangs pierce deep into the gazelle's hind leg, injecting venom directly into the bloodstream. The gazelle leaps violently into the air, its eyes filled with shock and pain before sprinting blindly across the savanna. But the venom is already working. It attacks the nervous system rapidly. Within moments, the gazelle's muscles begin to fail. Its legs weaken, its movements lose coordination, and foam begins forming at its mouth. After running only a short distance, it collapses violently onto the dry ground, Its body twitches briefly before falling completely still. Another life ends in silence. Meanwhile, Suno, searching in the eastern plains, is on the edge of collapse. The sun burns directly above him, offering no shade, no relief. Suddenly the wind shifts, and with it comes a scent, raw flesh and blood. His primitive senses immediately recognize it. His body reacts instantly. He follows the scent through the grass until he discovers the lifeless gazelle. His eyes light up with wild excitement. Food. Without effort. Without risk. Hunger takes over his mind completely. There is no thought, no caution, no understanding of how the animal died. He drops to the ground and begins tearing into the flesh with his stone tool, slicing open the body, pulling out raw meat, devouring it desperately, blood covering his face and chest. But what he does not know is that this is no longer food. It is poison. Within minutes, his body begins to react. His vision blurs, his stomach twists violently. The venom inside the flesh begins attacking his system. He tries to vomit, tries to fight it, but the pain overwhelms him. He collapses onto the ground, clawing at the dirt, gasping, making broken sounds as his body shuts down. There is no one to help him, no one to hear him. Slowly, his movements stop. His eyes freeze. Suno, who came searching for life, becomes part of the Savanna's death. Elsewhere, Goro has spotted a wild rabbit. It is fast, far faster than him, but Goro holds something far more powerful than speed: endurance. The hunt begins. The rabbit runs, disappears into brush, but Goro tracks it relentlessly. Again and again, the rabbit flees, and again Goro follows. The sun burns overhead. Sweat pours from his body, cooling him, allowing him to keep moving. Minutes pass. Then more. The rabbit begins to weaken. Its body overheats, its strength fades, finally it can run no more. Goro approaches slowly, gathering what little strength he has left, and in one final burst he captures it with his bare hands. A faint primal smile crosses his face. He has survived. For now, he turns and begins heading back to the meeting point, but when he arrives, the silence feels wrong. He searches, then he sees it. Suno's lifeless body lies beside the half-eaten gazelle. Goro drops his catch. He approaches slowly, disbelief in his eyes. He kneels beside Suno, touches his face, shakes him, but there is no response. The reality settles in. His only companion is gone. In this vast, brutal world, he is alone. A deep, silent cry escapes him, swallowed by the wind. But survival does not wait. A shadow passes overhead. A massive eagle descends, while a hyena approaches from the ground. A violent clash begins. Wings, claws, jaws, dust and blood fill the air. The eagle ultimately overpowers the hyena, killing it. From his hiding place, Goro watches. Then something changes inside him. He grabs a heavy branch, stands tall, and lets out a loud, aggressive scream, charging toward the eagle. The sudden display shocks the predator. Goro swings wildly, shouting, striking the air. The eagle hesitates, then retreats. Goro has claimed the prize. He quickly begins cutting into the hyena, eating raw meat, restoring his strength. He takes what he can carry. Before leaving, he looks once more at Suno's body. There are no tears now, only determination. The sun sets, painting the savanna red, and Goro walks forward, alone, into the endless horizon, ready to fight another day